Hey guys, it's Joshua. So good to see ya. Today we are going to be doing a very special unboxing of my import order today. Woo! It's been a really long time since I last did a video. I just started a new job recently, about 2 months ago now, I believe. So that has been keeping me really busy, but hopefully now I will have more time to make more videos. Obviously, by the title of the video, you guys already know what plant I'm most excited for in the box. This is the first video where I'm able to actually film while it's still bright outside. Here in Washington, the sun is starting to set at like 9:30, and so I've been really taking advantage of it with a lot of the plants in the window. You can see here I've started to put more plants there to grow. There's probably going to be another shelf that's going to come up here for plants as well, but yeah. I'm really fortunate that this box came quick, since the plant that is in here, obviously, I don't want it sitting in transit for too long. Typically, when I import stuff, it usually only takes, let's say if it gets shipped on like a Thursday or Friday, it takes a few days, maybe 5 or 6. It gets here usually on a Wednesday. If it's really quick, it'll get here on a Tuesday. It's Wednesday today, so I'm lucky that the plant did not get stuck, because sometimes the imports do get stuck. And it also looks like customs didn't open the box either. Like, everything is still taped up the way it was sent out, and it was sent out very beautifully, so yeah. Alright, we're gonna open it. I don't know which one this is, but there's a lot of goodies in here that you guys are gonna want to see. Let's open the first one. This is also kind of fun, because if anything comes and it's like not in the condition that I was hoping for, you guys can also experience the highs and lows of importing, because it's not always this pretty shopping extravaganza. Okay, this one looks really nice. This is a light lime. I posted one recently on my Instagram. That one has been chopped and propagated. I still have pieces of it, but I got kind of impatient because I did want something pretty to look at while that was growing. So yeah, here is the light lime, packaged really well. You can see the stems have really nice color, and the leaves, of course, gorgeous as ever. I really wanted one with the inner fenestration already as well. This one is a really interesting plant. I'm not sure exactly what causes this kind of lime variegation to get really bright. I've noticed this time of the year the plants are coming out really bright overseas for light lime. So it might be due to temperature, it could be due to lighting, it could be something totally unrelated, but I'm really excited to have this specimen. Yeah, thanks. A lot of folks ask me when I import what my procedure is, what I like to do for them. A lot of the work that I do before I receive an import happens before it even comes. You know, checking the roots, making sure there's no fungal infections or anything wrong with the plant. A lot of the success when it comes to import is just making sure that the plant that you're buying when you're buying overseas is healthy off the bat, right? Because if you're putting it through all of this stress to import, all the shipping, you know, the roots being removed from their media and rinsed and everything else, and the time it takes to process all of this and all the potential things it could go through in transit, there's a lot of stress induced in the plant. So if you're starting off with something very healthy, starting off with something that doesn't have any issues, you're more likely to succeed. A lot of people ask specifically what I do when it gets here, and the honest answer is I just pot it up in my media and I keep it in my room. I try not to acclimate anything in conditions that are like super high humidity or super high heat, that are very much different from the conditions that I grow in here, because the faster I can get it to acclimate in the final kind of condition that it's going to be in, the better. I don't have to worry about retransitioning it back to lower humidity or ambient conditions. And obviously you can only really do that if the plant is healthy. If your import comes and the roots are very low, you know, keep it in water, put it in higher humidity so that it can bounce back. But if the plants are healthy off the bat, I just keep them in my room in the ambient conditions, and they typically go well. 9 times out of 10 they do just fine. Here's the next one. This is a new one from Thailand. When I was importing it, my agent noticed that there were a few fungal spots, so I had him take a hole punch and punch out the spots that had a little bit of fungus or rust. This one is a Monstera tonkima. It's really hard to show right now. The pattern is very subtle, but this is a really interesting Monstera. The variegation is like a green on green, almost like neon color. I think eventually it'll brighten off to a brighter yellow color. But what's unique about this plant is that not only does it have this green on green, but it also has some albo splotching as well. There's a lot more of it on the leaf. I'm gonna take my camera and show you guys up close, but this is one that I've been wanting for a while as well. There's a few collectors here in the US who have it. I've been pretty picky about the specimen that I'm getting. I want high color, of course, and as much of that white as I can. But yeah, it came pretty good. Some damage, of course, but it'll be okay. So here is a close-up of the tonkima. Focus camera. You can see there's some splotching here on this leaf. See that little white streak? And the color, it's very, very cool. The leaves are a little bleached or stressed from import. But you can see the pattern is really nice. Gets those cool yellows and some whites. So hopefully I can promote some more of that color once I pot it up. To continue that discussion of potting into my media when I import, I like to use a soil mix actually for all my Monsteras. I found that since I grow a lot of my plants pretty tight in their pots, the root mass is just so much that if I were to pot it in something like pure perlite or pot it in something super airy like a typical aeroid mix, it tends to dry out a little too quick for my liking. And so what I've been doing is I've been incorporating soil into my mix. I use Fox Farms Ocean Forest soil. I find that it has a lot of good organic material. It's well draining. It doesn't get too dense, and it doesn't compact as much over time. And then I just amend that with a lot of big chunky perlite and orchid bark as well. People are gonna tell you, oh, like this is the right mix for your Monstera, or oh, this is, you know, what you should be doing, but it really just depends on your conditions. For me, since my Monsteras are drinking water so fast because of the light I'm giving and the size, I kind of have to do something with a little bit more water retention so that I'm not watering, you know, every other day. Now I'm only watering a few times a week, maybe every 3 or 4 days. Monstera can grow in a lot of different media, and there isn't a right or wrong. It really just depends on getting a media that will support your root mass, that won't dry out too quick but not stay too wet, you know, little Goldilocks action. But yeah, here's the next one. This is, oh, this is so much prettier in person than it looked in the photos. This is a Monstera Legacy, a little 3-leafer. I'll have to see how the roots look later. This root ball is tiny, but the plant looks good, so I think it should be fine. I still have not reached the jackpot, but we're getting there. It will come, I promise. This might be it, actually. I can't tell. Oh, yeah, this is it. Do you guys see that? the moment has come. This is like the ultimate, this is like me reaching like the boss modes of Pokemon, you know, Black and White when I was like 12 or 13. So I'm getting overwhelmed because this is like the biggest moment ever. But time to open, make sure I don't accidentally slash the leaves. Ah! Okay, I'm babbling on. I don't know what's going on anymore. Woo! Here it is. Okay, just so you guys can experience it too. Go ahead and release it. Oh my god. Oh my god, there she is. Okay. Wow. Oh, it looks so... It's thick. I mean, I remember it being thick from when I saw it at Mike's show last year, but I didn't think it was going to be this thick. Holy fuck. Here we go. I have now completed my Monstera journey, and I can die peacefully now, because I finally have the Devil Monster. Okay. What do I do now? Okay, let me flip the camera so that you guys can see this better. Okay, y'all. I've had enough time to fangirl over this plant. It's beautiful. It's like really nice. You can see here, this one already has a lot of really good fenestration, so I'm very excited about that. This is the newest leaf, and I'm really glad because sometimes it feels like when you chop a devil, the next leaf doesn't come as nice, or that might just be for a base cut since this is a 2-leaf top, but this is the leaf that it had. I'm not sure if when they chopped it overseas if it had 2 leaves and then it sprouted this one and the oldest leaf died, but anyways, it's a gorgeous plant. I'm very excited to figure out where I'm gonna put it in my little jungle. It's probably gonna go here on this main shelf where all my other bangers are. It came super well. I am very impressed at how it came, because you would think for a plant like this white and so variegated that they would be a little bit on the weaker side, but this plant is very, very strong. I can just tell based on how thick the leaves are. Like, I'm having even a hard time bending it. It's not thin like a lot of the Borsigiana Monsteras. It's very thick, very strong, and I'm very excited to have it. Everything was packaged really well. I want to say that this is probably like the best import that I've ever received because the packaging is perfect. Nothing is really, even the packaging isn't even really wrinkled. Yeah, really good experience so far. Okay, let's see what this one is. I think in here, how cute! This is another little baby legacy prop. This one looks a little bit higher color than the other one, and oh my gosh, there's a new leaf coming out. It's cute. There's a mama leaf. You can see it's not so pretty, but it's the prop leaf, so it doesn't really matter all too much. But this one is looking good. I can already see the root in here, and it feels nice and firm. Okay, here we go. Little baby, and it looks like, oh, nice. This is another blue mint, I believe. You can see this leaf is actually like a full blue mint along with this one. There is a little bit of melting on this leaf, unfortunately. This was a half moon blue mint, and this one is a half as well. But yeah, this one is okay. It'll be fine. The plant looks super healthy. It's just this one leaf, and yeah, I guess this is a good time to point out that, once again, imports are not perfect. They're not always going to come to you in the condition that you want, and you can't really control how they arrive to you because of a lot of things that we're just not able to control when we import. It'll still be a really cool plant. And I'm very excited to see how this one will do in my care, because the color on it is a very, very muted blue mint. But I've noticed in my conditions, a lot of them tend to come out a little bit brighter. Again, I'm not sure if that is a temperature thing or a lighting thing or whatever it could be. But yeah, it's fun to see what these Monsteras do depending on your growing conditions, and I feel like that has been the next kind of step in my collecting journey, is just understanding how different conditions affect the plants. For example, my Bulbasaur, super white plant in comparison to some of the other ones that were grown overseas. I'm growing in a much cooler climate, like 70 Fahrenheit or so, and over there they're probably more towards like 85, 90. So what I've read online from the Vietciosa patent is that plants grown in like hotter temperatures, I think it's 95 Fahrenheit and up, those Vietciosas tend to come out a little bit more creamy, more yellow. And then the ones that are grown in cooler temperatures, like below that, they tend to come out a bit more white, more contrasted variegation. So that kind of observation could potentially be applicable to other Monsteras. Do we know that for sure yet? No. I'm just speculating and just experimenting. Okay, this one is really cool. I remember seeing this last year on Instagram, and since then I've always really wanted one. But the original grower of it, or the only grower that I know here in the United States, Mike, he has not had a propagation available for a bit, so now I have one. This one is the Monstera Silver Sands. Hopefully we can show some more of this color in better lighting, but it is a very small plant, very cute. The color is not super high, but I anticipate that it could increase from propagation or just from general growing. I'm not super familiar with this plant, but the color is looking really good. Alright, I have one more left. I forgot what this one is too, so we will see upon opening. Is it a mint? Oh no, I think it's just a Tycon. So I think this one, yeah, this is the Tycon that I found overseas. It's a very basic Tycon. I thought it was interesting because the leaf shape was very cupped and the leaves looked like they were super firm, and we will confirm that when I open it. Sometimes you don't really know until you get it, but yeah, this could be one of those like cup type Tycons. I don't really know. Oh yeah, definitely. So the leaves are very thick on it. They've been flattened because they were shipped in a box, obviously, but the leaves have a slight kind of cup shape. I don't know if you guys can see that. This one shows it a little bit, but the color is really cool. This color on the back is really pretty too. Tycon, I like to throw in like one or two of these because I think they're just nice to have, and this one has a really nice white color to it. I believe that is all for today. Yeah, the box is empty. I don't have any more stuff to unpack, but of course you guys can follow me on Instagram if you guys want to see more updates on the Monsteras. I will definitely be posting this one, and I'll probably be posting this Devil Monster so that you guys can take a closer look on Friday. Thank you again for tuning in. Of course, if you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I have my Monstera group linked below on Facebook if you guys want to join that. It's been growing very quickly, so thank you all to those who have joined. I think it's almost at 5,000 members now. Thank you guys again as always, and I will see you later. Bye.